Hello, everyone. It is Sunday evening here on the Master of Dungeons Twitch channel. That is means it's another live play, 3-hour session of Dungeons and Dragons, playing adventures from the Keys from the Golden Vault, the newest anthology of adventures from Wizards of the Coast. Tonight, we have a couple of our community members from the Master of Dungeons Discord community joining us. We have Sandolphin and Fun Conscious. So go ahead and wave to the camera, everyone. Welcome in. We're going to have them introduce their characters here shortly, but just to kind of give a recap, each one of these adventures are heist adventures of sorts. Some of them more like a dungeon crawl. Perhaps last week, the last couple of weeks, there was a prison break, trying to get into a prison instead of out of a prison. Something very different from Reginald, used to breaking out of prisons. But our characters are working for the Golden Vault, which is a secretive organization rumored to be associated with the metallic dragons, and is most likely based on one of the good-aligned outer planes. Its membership and activities are almost impossible for outsiders to track, but those in the know are aware the organization rights moral wrongs, supports virtuous underdogs, and handles delicate situations that local authorities won't touch. And the Golden Vault's motto reflects its primary motivation: do good no matter the cost. And the missions from the Golden Vault are often illegal, not always, but often illegal, but they always support a just and moral cause. So that is a little introduction to the games that we're playing. We're also playing Adventurers League rules. For those that aren't aware what Adventurers League is, it is the organized play system for Dungeons and Dragons, sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, of course. And if you're not familiar with Adventures League rules, you can go to their website and search there. You can search, of course, in your favorite search engine for it. Or if you want, you can join our Discord, our community Discord server below. If you click on the About Us section here on Twitch, you'll be able to get a invitation directly to our Discord channel, our Discord server, and there's a bunch of information, PDFs, everything you really need to know about Adventures League there on that server. All right, so let's go ahead and introduce our cast of characters. Let's go ahead and introduce our first. We'll have Fun Conscious and then Sam Dolphin go ahead and introduce their characters. We'll start with Sonora first. So go ahead, Sonora, if you would. Go ahead and introduce your character.
Hi, I am a wood elf druid playing Circle of the Land. My character used to do some brewing, growing all the ingredients herself, and set off on something of a journey to figure out why things were growing a little different around her area. That's pretty much it.
All right, thank you very much. And then we have Gertis. Go ahead, Gertis. Describe yourself.
Gertis is ex-sailor, enjoys a bit of drink, enjoys tried bartending once, preferred the bouncer aspect more than bartending, and just always looking for new adventures, see what's out there, see what's new, see what's interesting.
All right, he is a champion fighter, correct?
Yes, human champion fighter.
Excellent. All right. So everyone, we also have everyone start with inspiration. So go ahead and take inspiration at the beginning of the session. Feel free to use it. Do not feel like you need to hoard it. We'd love to see the characters do inspiring things throughout the adventure, which will get you, and most of the times your whole party will get your inspiration back. Let's also go ahead and reintroduce you to our regular cast of characters. Stinkfoot, go ahead and remind everyone who Stinkfoot is.
Stinkfoot, Alabaster Grasper, is a School of Abjuration wizard. I am a deep gnome with the urchin background, hailing from the beautiful Underdark, and trying to come up to the surface world and make it a better place.
Thank you, Stinkfoot. Then we have Snaps McCracken. Snaps.
Yes, Snaps McCracken. He is also a deep gnome, and he came to the surface in search of fortune, also to escape some things that he got in trouble for. But yes, he is a rogue thief, actually, thief rogue, with a little bit of magic initiate on the bard side.
Awesome. Thank you, Snaps. And then we have Reginald.
Hey folks, I'll be playing Reginald, the Harengon Swarmkeeper Ranger, with my, what I've been informed is called a nursery of raccoons.
Nursery of raccoons, yes.
I escaped prison after being wrongfully accused of a crime. I also come from the urchin background. And just trying to make good work for the guild.
All right. Thank you very much, Reginald. And also, any of the events that take place in the city and the keys from the Golden Vault, you can set them anywhere you want in the campaign world. We are playing the Forgotten Realms, of course. We're playing Adventurers League. The new guidance did come out for the keys from the Golden Vault for the Adventurers League, and the only thing we had to go back through and retroactively change was we did have to change Stinkfoot's selection of a headband of intellect, as you cannot select any items that will alter or change your basic attributes of strength, dex, con, etc. So he went back through and dropped his headband of intellect. And what did you pick up, Stink?
Oh, put me on the spot. I grabbed the Ring of Protection.
Ring protection. All right. And then I do believe let's see, I know that Snaps got a from their reward last week, picked up a Cloak of Displacement, yes?
Yes, indeed. Cloak of Displacement.
And then what did Reginald and Snaps Stinkfoot pick up for that rare item?
My rare item was a Ring of Protection.
My rare item was the Ring of the Ram.
Ring of the Ram. Little flashbacks there from a previous campaign playing with Design Wizard. All right, well, so we are set in the city of Waterdeep, is where we set our adventures. That's where they take place. The characters are actually staying at the Troll Skull Tavern, an inn, the Troll Skull Manor, which is owned by one Braden Hawks. That they is a sympathizer to the Golden Vault, and Mira here is their Golden Vault handler. And as most of the situations that arise working for the Golden Vault, again, you hear staying up in the upper levels. You have your friends, Sonora and Gertis have joined you, waiting for another mission from the Golden Vault, perhaps showing them the sights of the City of Splendor's Waterdeep. And you hear a slight tap on the door to the private quarters here above the Lift Spirits Tavern on your chamber doors.
Oh, what was that? Did you hear that?
Oh, I'll go check it out. And
Oh, okay.
Opening the door, you see what you're used to seeing is a plain package wrapped in butcher paper, laying right in front of the private quarters of the entrance.
What have you got? Reginald, what is it?
good ear Snaps, it would seem we are due for some work. And I'll
Again,
close
already?
the door behind me and bring the package over to the table and unwrap what I'm guessing is a key.
Indeed, as you open the small wooden box, inside you do find a key. A golden key. Seems to have, as many of these different keys that you've received seem to have different tops to the key. This one seems to have some cogs and gears mounted on the top of it.
Jeez, look at that. Well, no wonder they gave this key away. Look at the gear ratios. I don't think these will fit together well at all. Anyway, who would like to do the honors? Gertis? Sonora, would you like to open the box?
Sure, I'll go ahead and open it up.
Okay, so taking out the magic music box, that you're familiar with, every group that works of operatives that works for the Golden Vault has. You get the music box out, you set it down, you insert the key, and the lid pops open. And again, the same soothing voice you hear. Greetings, operatives. We have learned that the Svernevelin town of Little Lockford needs your help. Tixie Tockworth, once entrusted with the town's security, has turned the town's clockwork automatons against the populace. This quest, should you choose to undertake it, requires you to infiltrate Little Lockford, retrieve a security key, and use it to power down the automatons. You're also empowered to stop Trixie Tockworth from doing further harm to the town. Start by meeting the town's mayor, Braith Broadfoot. She's waiting for you in the caves outside the gates of Little Lockford. Good luck, operatives. And then the music box closes on itself as always, and the golden key vanishes.
Well, I don't know about you, Stinkfoot, but I've always heard of this place as such like a legend. From down where we come from, this is quite the opportunity. We had to see more gnomes.
Absolutely. I always thought it was a fairy tale land of not really existing.
Yeah, amazing. What should we do first? We should.
Both Snap and Stinkfoot, if you want, you can give me a history check.
Okay. Will do.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
all right.
Yeah, you do. You recall a little bit about Little Lockford. It is located in the Underdark, of course. Actually, perhaps maybe 3 or 4 days away from the outskirts of Waterdeep and the surrounding farmland. You both know a couple of different places to access the Underdark in the surrounding area, being from the Underdark. You also know that it is really famous for the tinkerers that work lots of different types of mechanical creatures and automatons, as mentioned in the message. They're kind of known for that, and you do know that the town is actually kind of built over a massive flow of lava and magma that keeps it naturally warm in a lot of the areas, and does provide, most likely, from what you've heard, dim light here and there throughout, being able to enable those. Of course, deep gnomes do have dark vision, but it does give a little bit of light. So let me show that little description that Stinkfoot can give you.
Oh, yes. I'm
I'll
remembering it fondly.
switch over here so that the chat can see.
Show them our glorious home.
Yes.
I like the detail they have in your description, of course, Stinkfoot.
It looks just like it did in my childhood fairy tale books.
So now you have an idea of where you're heading, probably down into the Underdark, of course, to meet with this Brace. Let me go ahead and put the name of the mayor here for you in our Roll20 chat.
And that was Tipsy Tockworth?
Tixie, Tixie, Tixie Tockworth.
Aha.
Tockworth's Clockworks is the name of the adventure, of course. So now that you know you're going to the Underdark, if there's anything specific you'd like to purchase, of course you are in Waterdeep, the City of Splendors, pretty much anything that you want from the player's handbook. If you have coin to spend, you want to do so. Of course, we are playing Adventurers League, so we do have the shared campaigns thing. If you want to purchase any potions or anything of that nature.
Yep. We talked about it a little bit before session, but I'm going to pick up 4 greater healing potions just in case.
And also something to note as well, playing Adventurers League, you can start either playing at first level, or you can actually start playing in Tier 2 at 5th level. And that is what Gertis and Sonora have done. They have created their characters at 5th level to begin play with us for this adventure.
I'm going to pick up 2 potions of greater healing also.
Okay.
I took 3 and docked myself.
I know we have rope. We should still have some climbing gear from our last endeavor there.
Yep.
I think it was Snaps who grabbed it?
I do have a climber's kit. Yes.
Yep,
I have
just in
climber's
case.
kit. I have a crowbar and grappling hook too.
Okay. Good. Well, I've never been in the Underdark before. How about you guys? Gertis,
Gonna love it.
Sonora? Oh, I think you're muted.
Yeah, she was muted. Both are muted. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Okay.
There
Not
you go.
sure how that happened. My apologies.
No worries.
Haven't been in there even once, but by the sound of it, the prospect of having at least a little bit of light sounds like a much better time than what I was picturing.
Can't say I'm familiar with it either.
Okay, I know pointing at Snaps and Stinkfoot, you guys can see in the dark. Can anyone else see in the dark? I cannot.
I can
I
see in
do
the
have.
dark.
Okay. You and me, Gertis. Okie dokie. I have some torches.
Excellent.
Yeah, I have a few myself, but I'm worried we might need more than 10.
Oh,
Perhaps, maybe if each one of you have 10, that might. I think a torch works for about an hour, maybe.
yep. I do also happen to have the light cantrip, if that helps. I can
That's
just
true.
have light.
Excellent.
Could
So
come in handy.
I do have both your tokens set up to emit 20 feet of bright light and then an additional 20 feet of dim light to represent a torch light for you.
Okay.
And I do have fireball if we need a lot of it.
Yes.
It is that level to pick up fireball, right?
For a very brief moment, there will be a lot of light. Okay.
So once you've made any purchases or any other preparations for yourselves, go ahead and everyone give me a ready check and roll 20. And then we can go ahead and start your trek down into the Underdark. All right. That is ready from everyone. So you're able to go ahead and set off out Waterdeep, making your way to the entrance, one of the various entrances that Stinkfoot and Snaps are aware of, to get traverse course down into the deeper part of the Underdark where most of the cities are. So once you've ended up finding a small rock outcropping just off of a copse of trees, and you do find a cave entrance that will start leading you down into the Underdark. So if you would, Snaps and Snaps and Stinkfoot, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Sure.
To kind of, keep your bearings. As it's been a while since you've been down into the Underdark. Look at Snaps.
I'll follow.
20. Oh, 13 for Stinkfoot. That's not horrible. Kind of remembering, starting to make your way down into the path. You do notice that once you get to the area around Little Lockford, I should say. Let me put that settlement's name in our Roll20 chat for you. Little Lockford. You do know that as you get closer to there, you will be noticing that the tunnels. You do know the tunnels will be a little bit more well traveled and easier to navigate. There's also rumors that there's stone signs that are illuminated with continual flame spells can be found at junctions around the outside of the city or the town. Once you get there, kind of pointing the way to the settlement. But you start traveling. You do know it's going to take you a couple of days to get there. And as you're traveling, everyone give me a perception check, please.
Mitch, just before we left, ritual cast familiar. I'm gonna go with the Raven. Sorry.
No worries. Did we get you a raven already for that?
I don't think we did because I didn't have time to cast it last week.
Sure, no problem. Give me 1 second. I'll use the transmogrifier and pull a raven over and put it in your journal.
Raven would be an interesting addition down here. Stinkfoot. Down here in the Underdark, we have a few bats. The deeper you go, the less bats you see. But there are other things that fly too, but I don't want to talk about those. Some of those are nasty.
I'm paying far
There we
less
go.
attention to my surroundings as I am trying my new slippers, just kind of as we're walking, like working my way up and down from the ceiling.
Sliver of spider glide. So
Yeah.
Steve, there should be a raven there in your journal. You should be able to pull out and move around. Go ahead and test that out for us real quick. Should be in your characters, the player character sheet folder.
There we go.
Excellent, and you it should have some token actions on there for you as well.
Oh, excellent.
I'm going to do something with that real quick.
Okay,
And we're going to go back here to everyone's perception checks. Snaps has an 8, 16 for Gertis, 23 for Sonora, and 19 for Stinkfoot. Gibble and Reginald, I'm sorry, Snaps and Reginald, are either of you, do either of you have the alert feat, or are you immune to surprise in any way?
I have the actor feat.
That's not going to help in this situation. But if you would, everyone, please go ahead and set your characters up here on this screen in a marching order, with the people at the north at the top of the map being kind of leading the group down. You can march single file, you can march 2 by 2, however you'd like in that manner. But anything wider than 2 by 2 is going to be a little difficult in certain areas.
Okay, so who wants to be in the lead? Okay, Gertis, you're gonna take up the front. I'll go behind you to kind of guide you as you're going through, pointing out which mushrooms not to eat and step on, other dangers. How's that?
Are we oriented going north?
Yes, act as if you're traveling north, or yeah, like that. All
Raven's
right.
closer to me than that, but
So I'm going to bring everyone over to a different map. We will go ahead and arrange your tokens in that marching order. And we'll bring you all over to that map as well. So for this first round of combat, Reginald and Snaps will have the surprised condition. You all should see an area of darkness around the outside of your tokens, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And you do notice there are a couple of creatures dropping down from above you. Oops.
way to go, Spider Climb.
Oh,
Hacked off the neighbors.
you disturbed them. Here they are. They're
Give
coming.
me a moment to bring them over to the token layer. And we're going to pull up our initiative. And everyone, if you would select your token and then roll initiative for me. Also, for Sonora and Gertis, if you're interested, up in the top right corner of your Roll20 is a collections, right by your settings cog. If you click on there, you should be able to see some macros for initiative, ability checks, saving throws, skill checks, and such like that you can turn on your macro bar. And instead of having to open your character sheet, just click on your token and you can click on those macros to like roll initiative, roll saves, things like that.
Thank you.
And then we will roll for the bad guys. As these creatures drop from the stalactites above you, let me get a handout for you for each one of you. See what these creatures look like.
Oh, fun.
Mm-mm. Ugly looking creatures indeed.
Welcome to the Underdark, where everything's awful.
Hey,
The first person to go is Reginald. And Reginald, having a surprise condition at the end of your turn, you lose the surprise conditions. Now you do have your reactions back.
Okay.
Snaps, at the end of your turn, you lose your surprise condition and are now able to use your reactions. And the first to actually act not surprised is Sonora. You see these two creatures, some sort of monstrosities or aberrations, not really sure what, with these beaks upon what appears to be almost like gray matter out of their heads, and these long tentacles floating beneath their bodies.
Oh, let's see here. Have they seen us at this point?
Yes, they've dropped down on you.
All right. Could I cast Ice Knife?
Okay. And what would you like to do with your ice knife? Where are you going to throw it?
I'll throw it at the one that's a little closer to us, off to the left.
Okay. So go ahead and make a ranged spell attack with it, which is a 17, and that will hit as the ice knife streaks through the air. A bit of cold wind right above your head snaps as the ice knife hits the target. And go ahead, if you want to just click the ice knife underneath the 17 and 20, that will roll your damage. All right, so we'll do 2 piercing and 7 cold. I don't believe they have any resistances to cold. They do not. So we'll take 9. And then it must make a dexterity saving throw or take an additional cold damage. Oh, that's the 7 points. So let's attempt its dexterity saving throw. It will fail, so we'll take the 7 points of cold damage as well. Any movement or bonus actions for Sonora?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Next up, the creatures are up. This one is going to move forward over by Gertis. And this one is going to, its movement, it does have a 30-foot fly speed. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, over to Stinkfoot. They do have the multi-attack action. One with its tentacle and one with its beak. First, we'll do the ones that are on Gertis. Its beak attack first. AC of 13 will bounce off of the mithril plate armor that you are wearing. And it will try to hit you with... Actually, it's going to use its tentacle to lash out. It snaps as it has a 10-foot reach with its tentacle. AC of 11 snaps deftly, dodges to the side. The one that is on Stinkfoot with its beak. AC of 16. Do you have any reaction for that? You are on mute as well, Stinkfoot.
I'm going to let it.
Okay. So that will be 8 piercing. And then with its tentacle, it is going to go ahead and snap out at Sonora. An AC of 17. I believe that will hit Sonora for 3 piercing. And then Sonora, if you would, please give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Oh, your DC was 11. So you're poisoned for 1 minute. And the poison target is also paralyzed. At the end of your turn, you can always repeat the saving throw again. But you are also grappled and restrained until the grapple ends. And
well,
that is
that's
the end.
gnarly.
Anything else? That's it?
Nope, that's all. Gert, you're up.
Oh man, these things are disgusting looking. I'm gonna take my maul and I'm gonna start baseball batting them.
All right.
Oh, Gertis brought a maul. Okay.
Nice. AC of 21 will strike true. You feel a squishy thud as you thump into the creature's bulbous body. For 7 bludgeoning. Excellent. And for your second
I'll
attack,
keep going and yeah, same thing.
that will barely miss, perhaps maybe slipping on a little bit of its grotesque, viscous blood dropping down through its tentacles onto the ground in front of you. Do you have any movement?
For now, I think I'm actually gonna stay put.
Okay. Stinkfoot, you're up.
Excellent. I am going to. I think I'm just going to start off with a friendly firebolt.
Well, you will have disadvantage, but you will still hit it with a 20, being that you're firing from in melee range. So that will still hit for 13 fire.
Excellent.
Anything you would like for your Raven to do?
Just have it fly over to here. I don't want it dead yet.
Keep in mind, if it flies over there, we'll have a chance for an attack of opportunity against it.
Stay, Raven, stay.
You can always have it, use the help act. Pardon?
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, you can have it use the help action if you want. Give someone advantage on their next attack against this one.
Okay, let's hold that.
All right. Top of round 2, Reginald. You can act normally now.
What the hell is that? I'm gonna grab my bow, and seeing the one that has decided to grapple Sonora, I would like to try and put an arrow into it.
All right.
Is your Raven doing the thing, or is this just a regular attack there?
It would be an advantage, yeah.
Oh. Hey-ya. So, 20?
30-20 will hit.
Okay. For 11.
Ooh. Nice.
And I would like to activate the Gathered Swarm to attempt to shove this thing 15 feet horizontally away instead of doing extra damage to try and break Sonora out of the grapple.
Okay.
It needs
And
to beat a DC 14 strength save.
All right. Attempting its strength save. It will fail. And indeed, forced movement does break a grapple, so you're able to push it back 15 feet.
Yep. And then I'm going to shoot it again, because I have extra attack now.
Yes, you do. Level. Fire away.
Hey, yeah.
17 will hit.
For 8.
For 8. Nice. All right. Any movement for Reginald?
I'm gonna keep my butt right here, seeing Sonora freeze up from whatever struck her.
Okay.
Make sure she's doing okay before I move, and that'll do it for me. I broke the grapple and did some damage.
Excellent round. Snaps, you're up.
Okay, I look up at these creatures and shake my head, and I step up next to Gertis, and I make a chittering sound at it, because I've seen these creatures before in my childhood down here in Underdeep, and I will take a shot at it with my short bow.
All right. You keep in mind, if you want to use your short bow, you want to stay back. You don't want to step forward,
Right.
Remember?
Yes. Thank you for that. And are they flying up above us? How far up or above us are they?
They're kind of floating and hovering in place in that area there. They're about probably 5 to 6 feet. The tentacles, the body itself, is about 5 to 6 feet off the ground, and the tentacles hang down below it to the ground itself.
Okay. So will I be able to get a sneak attack on this guy if
Oh
he's
yeah,
not looking?
right there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that then. Fire my short bow, looking down behind Gertis afterwards.
Okay. 19 will strike true. For 12 sneak attack and 8 piercing for 20 total. Nice.
All right, I move over and end turn.
All right. Sonora, you are no longer grappled by the creature. However, you are still poisoned and paralyzed. So at the end of your turn, you can go ahead and give me another Constitution saving throw. DC is 11.
All right.
Nice, a 19. You are able to shake off the poison and paralysis and will be able to act normal on the next turn. The creatures are
Sounds
back.
good.
This one is going to move back forward over to here. Again. This one's going to stay in its spot there. It's going to attack Curtis with his beak. Missing again. Its beak clanking off of the mithril plate armor. And it's going to use its tentacle at Snaps again. An AC of 8 will miss. This one over here, its beak will go once again at Stinkfoot for an AC of 16. You are muted, Stinkfoot, again.
I'm going to shield that.
Okay. And then its tentacle is actually going to attack Reginald.
Sure.
Ooh, got really mad at Reginald. Crits
Okay.
for 15 points.
15. Ow. And then I need to give you a saving throw, yeah?
Yes, DC 11 Constitution save. No problem. You are not poisoned nor paralyzed, but you are grappled. And being a medium or smaller creature, you're also restrained until the grapple ends. And that is the bad guy's turn. Gertis, back around to you.
Well, I got to keep wailing on it.
21 will hit. Ooh, 10 bludgeoning. And a 15 will hit as well. And with that blow, will fell the creature to the ground dead.
Oh, well done.
Squish.
Any movement for you now, Gertis, that the creature has fallen? All right, moving over there. End of turn for Gertis.
Yeah.
All right. Stinkfoot, back around to you.
All right, I think on this one that's injured next to me, I'm going to give it a little Toll the Dead from my magic initiate.
All right.
Since I'm now level 5, I get to do more damage.
That's true. So it's DC 15 wisdom save, correct?
Yes, please.
Should be coming through. It will make the save with a 16 on the die.
Okie doke.
Staying put.
Yes.
Having the Raven do the same thing, the help action.
Yes. For
All
my
right.
friend Reginald.
Reginald, you're up. Top of round 3.
Okay, restrained means I can't use my bow, yeah?
I believe restrain just means that you have disadvantage on your attack rolls, and attack rolls against you have advantage. And your there we go. I'll copy that into the chat for you.
Appreciated.
No problem. Your speed is 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on your dexterity saving throws. So you can still attack it, you just have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
Okay, but if
That
I'm
evens
being
out.
helped, it evens out, yeah? It's just a straight
Correct.
roll?
Your first attack would be just a straight roll because of the help action from the Raven, yes.
Okay, straight roll coming up. 18
18 will hit.
for 9.
Nice.
And I will attempt to shove it away once again
Okay.
to try and free myself of the grapple. So
That is
DC 14 strength.
It will make it save.
I guess it's staying put. I hit it again. Hey,
All right.
15?
15 will indeed hit.
With disadvantage, it gave me both. Okay. For 4.
All right.
And that's all I
And-
got if I'm stuck.
Yep. Snaps, you are up.
Okay, I will take careful aim, trying not to hit the raven flitting about, and fire my short bow once again.
Are you using steady aim?
Nope, I'm just saying I'm going to aim.
Okay,
I don't
gotcha.
have it.
20 will hit. And 20 points of damage is enough to fell the creature as well. Killing both of the creatures takes you out of combat.
All right, well done, everyone. That was unexpected. We haven't even gotten that far down yet. I don't know how many 100 feet we are.
It was
Everyone
probably
okay?
about a couple of hours into your travel.
Oh, okay,
Um,
so
You were getting down to some of the caverns, kind of widening out, creeping back in. You see numerous stalagmites on the ground as you're traveling here and there. Little bits of patches of bioluminescent moss here and there, occasionally giving it an eerie kind of bluish, sometimes green glow to the caverns as you're traveling through. And
Should
both anyone actually that has survival, if you're skilled in survival, go ahead and give me a survival check.
not me.
Not I.
Does Gertis have survival?
I have a 3 in it, but I'm
Nope.
not proficient.
If you're not proficient, go ahead and give me an untrained check. That's fine.
Okay. I would like to ask of the party if we should be trying to travel quietly through these tunnels. Looking
Well,
kind of to Snaps and Stinkfoot here, as I don't know what we're walking into.
yes, sound does carry down here, so that could be advisable. But
And of course, if you want to make a group stealth check, you can do so. Keep in mind, Gertis is wearing mithril plate, and Reginald's wearing mithril half plate, so that will not give you disadvantage on your stealth checks because it is mithril armor.
Yep. And I will say, if we reach a point where we're concerned more heavily with stealth, I can make us all incredibly stealthy for a short period of time. I think it's about an hour.
Yeah, Pass Without Trace lasts for an hour.
Yep.
So if you want, then everyone go ahead and give me a group stealth check. As Reginald, you kind of see Snaps kind of trying to get his bearings a little bit, looking around, perhaps maybe both of you being a bit surprised from those creatures and their quick ambush. But you're kind of able to gather your surroundings a bit and kind of see the direction that Snaps and Stinkfoot were initially heading in.
Snaps
Nice.
is ready to sneak, though.
Nice, Gertis. And 13. Yeah, for group check, we had a 16, a 26, and a 17. So that's a fairly good check for a group stealth check. So you're going to be moving a little bit slower, of course, being that you're all moving stealthily. But you're able to get yourself back on course, making your way down into the Underdark deeper and deeper. Everyone go ahead and take the go ahead and give me a watch order, as you do feel that as you're traveling, it is about time perhaps maybe to take a long rest for the evening.
Okay. I'll take first watch.
Sure. I'll grab second.
You will need 4 total watches, as you can watch for 2 hours and sleep for 6 hours, which will still be enough for a long rest.
I'll take one because I can see in the dark.
Okay.
I'll take the last.
Okay. So Sonora will be 4th, Stinkfoot will be 3rd, Reginald on 2nd, and then Snaps on 1st, correct?
Correct.
All right. Let me see if we have any random encounters while you sleep.
You want to join any of us on these, Gertis?
He might just want to rest. He has more
Yeah.
heavy lifting in the last combat.
Swinging that maul around.
Yep. I will say I grabbed my half of the arrows I shot back from that one creature, so I got 2 back.
Not a problem.
I'll just sleep with them all as my pillow.
The chat mentioning the movie Pitch Black being all dark down here. So yeah, you actually do not have a random encounter during the night, and you're able to all take the benefits of a long rest. So go ahead and replenish your hit points and take back your.
Lovely. That crit almost knocked me in half.
That was pretty brutal.
It was tough.
And the next morning you awake, of course, break your fast from the night before, able to have your morning meal. And of course, again, the bleakness. I don't know if anyone's characters happen to be, might have claustrophobia or anything, but it is, of course, the as it gets deeper, as you get down into the darkness of the Underdark, it does just feel a little bit more oppressing, as you know that there are probably miles upon miles of earthstone and such above your heads. And everyone go ahead and that is just, even with your untrained, it'll just be a little bit higher DC. I can go ahead and give me another survival check, as you do come up on a couple of different tunnels here and there, some breaks in the path as you're traveling. Oh goodness.
We're getting lost.
Curtis.
Saves the
Saves
day.
the day.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey.
Aha!
There we go. Sonora.
Excellent.
I'm
Curtis
not
and
very
Sonora,
good at tracking in the mornings.
I had mentioned that, of course, you hadn't been to the Underdark, but perhaps maybe it was the knowledge that your companions gave you. Maybe some telltale signs here and there about, civilization might be in this direction from these signs and the trails and the tunnels and the caverns. You're able to kind of say, hey, guys, perhaps maybe in this direction. And are able to actually go ahead and continue on the path that your companions had kind of instructed of how you're going to get to the Underdark during your travels. So someone go ahead. First one is fine. Just someone give me a die 12, please.
Anyone?
Yep. I'll take the first one.
It's a 12.
So as you're traveling, of course, Gertis being in front and Snaps, go ahead, Gertis and Snaps, give me a perception check if you would.
Okay.
Nice. Gertis, you kind of hear something up ahead of you. You don't hear any, or you don't see any sort of light, like might be echoing or flickering ahead. So obviously, whatever you hear ahead seems to be whistling or humming a tune of some sort.
How much music is here in the Underdark? Because this is weird.
Well, there's some music, but humming is appropriate. Whistling, not so much. Not many people whistle. On occasion.
Do things that aren't people whistle?
Oh, not
That's
that
a
I've ever
very good
heard. And
question.
if they did, maybe they didn't live to tell the tale. But I don't know. What do you think, Stink? Whispering kind of back behind.
I've never heard this sort of whistling before.
Oh,
Well, Stink and Snaps, you both have superior dark vision, correct? 120 feet,
oh yes.
being deep gnomes. You might, if you want, Snaps, to maybe sneak up a little bit ahead to keep the torchlight that Gertis is carrying and that Reginald are carrying kind of away to sneak forward if you want. If you want to give me a stealth check.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Definitely, will sneak up and try to investigate to see what's going on up ahead of us.
Nice. Yeah, 17. As you do, you sneak forward and you see kind of sitting on a rock, a boulder in this kind of opening up into what appears to maybe might be a little bit of a long cavern. Maybe you see what appears to be a deep gnome, kind of on a rock. A female from this vantage point. She seems to be humming just a cheerful deep gnome song, drinking song.
Um, I will signal back to Stinkfin. I'll say, basically signal and motion that I'm going to go ahead and move forward just a bit and initiate a conversation, but I'm ready to run if I need to. I'll say, oh, hello there. We don't get much whistling here. Nice tune you've got.
And you see she kind of startles a bit and says, oh, stealthy, are you? You're quite scared me there. Are you the adventurers from Waterdeep?
Well, we have come from Waterdeep. Are you expecting to meet us? And who might you be? My name is Snaps.
My name is Nix Middlestone. I was sent here to be on the lookout for adventurers that might be heading to Little Lockford. The mayor says that she was expecting you.
Oh, you have indeed found the right ones. Hold on, I'll get the rest of my party. So I motion for everyone to come forward and continue the conversation.
And she hops down off the rock as you come back, and you see her kind of brushing some dust off of her. And says, "Well, it's wonderful to meet you so far. Of course, I can escort you directly to Little Lockford to meet with the mayor without delay."
Sounds good, Nix. What do you think, guys? As I ask everyone.
I'd appreciate the help, yeah.
Pleasure to meet you all. Yes, this way. And she is
All right.
able to shorten your journey and is able to get you to the meeting with the mayor without delay.
Oh, nice.
As you, it shortens your travel by about a day with a few different tunnels that kind of slip vertically down deeper into the Underdark, traveling through the cavernous tunnels and such like that. And you come upon an area where you see that there is a number of gnomes, deep gnomes, kind of gathered in a cavern. And she kind of, you come to help. She eagerly comes up to you. I must thank you. There's no words that I can say to the amount of thanks that we have. I'm Mayor Braith Broadfoot. Thank you for coming, serving the Golden Vault. I can't tell you how pleased we are that you're here to help us. We've sealed the gates of Little Lockford to contain the threat that has claimed so many innocent lives.
Oh my, it's claimed lives.
Yes,
This is
yes.
serious.
Yes, some weeks ago, Tockworth, our security overseer, ordered her clockwork automatons to attack her fellow citizens. Not knowing what else to do, I ordered an evacuation. But Little Lockford is our home, and I'm determined to reclaim it.
this is terrible news. Does she have any family? Or there's any reason? Could we talk to anyone that might give us information about as to why she would do this horrible deed?
I'm not really sure exactly. Everything was fine. I know that she's been messing about with trying to. I'm not sure if something's gotten to her mind, but she's been slowly replacing parts of herself with mechanical parts as well.
Oh, this is terrible.
But I can say this: the Tockworth did build she did build a fail-safe device to shut down the automatons in the event of malfunction. I do know the device is in her workshop. It is protected by a magic symbol on the floor that messes with the mind of any creature that sets foot on it. But to activate the failsafe, you need a security key that Tockworth keeps in a safe in her workshop. What we need for you to do is retrieve the security key and use it to shut down the Clockwork automatons. Of course, how you deal with Tockworth, that is up to you.
Understood.
She says, "Here, take this." And she gives you a map, roughly drawn map, hand-drawn map of the town itself.
And while we're looking at the map, I ask Stinkfoot and Sonora, have you ever heard of any kind of affliction of the mind, magical or otherwise, that would cause this? This is very strange to me. Sounds like madness.
It does indeed
Hey,
sound like some sort of madness.
Strange.
Do you have medicine?
I haven't
Sonora?
heard of anything like it before.
Oh,
Is Sonora skilled with medicine?
Let me check.
Or nature, of course. Being a druid, you could probably make a nature check if you wanted.
Let's see. I got medicine here.
Oh, nice. Definitely sounds like some sort of madness or insanity might have come over. Perhaps maybe working with these clockworks and machines for so long might have out of her brain a little bit.
Quick question. You said
Sure.
the emergency shutdown that we need the key to access is where the sigil on the floor is?
That is the device in her workshop is what it will shut down the automatons.
Mhm.
But she has a security key that she keeps in the safe in her workshop.
Okay, so the safe is where it has the sigil on the floor that messes with your head?
Yes, and from
Okay.
what her description was, in the same room. The mayor does mention, she says, in my haste in evacuating the town, I left some things in my office, in my desk, in the town hall. Feel free to use the items for yourselves.
okay. Well, thank you. I would like to go look at that.
Thank you again, Mr. Papa Squats. 3-month sub, awesome.
Very nice.
Yes, I know that I left some potions of healing, some alchemist fire, and a packet of dust of disappearance there. If you make your way to my office in the town hall, you should be able to claim the items for yourselves. It's the least we could do.
Well, thank you very much. Much appreciated. We'll find our way there.
Do you have any questions about the map or anything of that nature?
I'm don't have any questions myself right off. Does anyone else? We need to.
Sorry, where are we on the map right now?
If you notice at the top left corner, it says Old Lockford there. You are in a cavern off that northeastern tunnel, a little bit off of the northeastern tunnel from Old Lockford. So you'll be coming
Okay.
in the gate there.
Okay, the gatehouse there. Making our way to the town hall to get some items. Okay.
Well, the town
Looking
hall
at
would be
the
right at the
map
start.
itself.
There.
No, go ahead.
I was saying it looks like the town hall is pretty close to where we're coming in.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you do see as you're looking at this area here, and of course, checking out the notes that are written underneath the map there. All of you, if you want, you can start maybe planning a heist, as it were, planning how you're going to, what you're going to do once you get into the town. You do see that the mayor and a number of her advisors that are deep gnomes that are around here that you can ask questions from looking at the map as well.
Definitely like to get some more information as to the best way to get to the workshop. That's what I ask. Well, what's the best way to get there? Looking at this map, and I'm holding it upside down at first.
And she kind of straightens it out.
Oh,
She says, oh my, I'm glad you did that. I just noticed. My apologies. I in my haste, I mixed up the jail and the infirmary. Flip-flop those, she says.
Oh, okay. So the jail is against the wall?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. That could be useful. Or not so much. Wouldn't want to get caught in the jail. I elbow Reginald when I do that.
Another prison break-in instead of break-out. Well, you do ask about traversing the town. The one of the advisors does mention, but yes, the town does have many bridges made of wood and metal that span the magma lake at various points. It does connect, of course, the town's various districts. As you can see, there's Old Lockford, Turbine Heights, Smolder Town, and of course the Cave Mouth sections. As you will note, as you notice the red arrows kind of pointing around, that is called the slag line. What the slag line does is it enables us to travel, but not necessarily us to travel, as we use it mostly as a carousel-like chain of dangling steel buckets called the slag line. The buckets themselves are placed about 15 feet apart. And we usually have ore and uncut gems, of course, from the mines put into these buckets. And then the slag line can move counterclockwise around the town. Of course, the stones and ore and such are moved from the Cave Mouth district to received at the foundry and the Smolder Town district for smelting and refining. And then, of course, the processed materials are then transported via the slag line into Turbine Heights and finally into Old Lockford, where they're sold by merchants and guild arts. You will have to make your way to the control power station, I believe, to activate the slag line if you wish. The power station, I think, also has different areas that you can activate bridges and such if need be, and control lighting in many of the areas.
Okay. What do you think, guys? Seems like the power station would be the first place to go after the town hall to get the items.
Agreed.
Question: Do we? What about the automatons? You said the place is in lockdown.
Yeah.
Do you know of any places where we should avoid that the automatons are gathering or have hurt people?
Yes, if she has indeed, she does indeed control all of the automatons. She has many clockwork defenders. There, of course, were ones that were destroyed during the town's evacuation and such. But these defenders, I would assume she has at least, perhaps maybe 24 or less. They are fairly formidable automatons. But she also has these contraptions known as clockwork observers. And that these are tasked with monitoring the streets to ensure that nothing penetrates the city's defenses. I must inform you that if an observer that does detect you, it will contact Tockworth, and shortly thereafter emit a high-pitched, piercing shriek, which will summon Clockwork defenders to its sight. So moving quietly might definitely be to your advantage.
Noted. Definitely
Sure,
will try to move quietly.
I can help with that.
Oh,
And you
yes.
see one of the gnomes kind of shocks a bit and says, "Yes, Tixie. The trouble began with Tockworth. Began performing magical procedures on herself, placing parts of her body with machine parts. We urged her to stop these procedures, but she refused. And of course, the mayor ordered our militia to shut down Tockworth's workshop, but we're unable to get past her. This rather large shield guardian she has stationed outside. Of course, after the militia was rebuffed, she instructed her automatons to attack everyone else in Little Lockford. And you see, looking about, you see the refugees from the town. You see a number of them injured here and there, patching some of the other townsfolk patching each other up and such like that.
Oh, Shield Guardian. That doesn't sound pleasant at all. Yeah. Well, we'll do what we must, I suppose. Anything else we should know? Oh, go ahead, Reginald. What would you like to say?
For those of us who cannot see naturally down here, you mentioned lava. Is there light in the town outside of?
Well, yes, of course. The roof and the walls of Little Lockford are bathed in a fiery hue, of course, thanks to the magma that fills the lake and eats the town. And then the mayor does speak up. She says, "Yes, the town's power station generates electricity that powers street lamps in every district. Although the street lamps might be out in cave mouths, you should be able to switch the lights on or off from the control consoles in the power station."
Okay, so it
Fact
is
is very
currently dark.
Be very careful traversing the bridges, of course, though, and any other ways throughout the town. You do not want to fall into the magma below. It surely would mean instant death for any of you.
Oh my. Well,
But if you can get to the controls of the slag line, the slag line does alternate between running for 1 minute and then pausing for a minute to allow time, of course, for the workers to unload and load the buckets.
for 1 minute. Okay.
Yes, it pauses for 1 minute. I believe that you should be able to climb into the buckets. They are rather large. I know that they could probably hold 5 of us. She points to herself and Slag and Stinkfoot, of course. And then it says, perhaps 2 of them, as she points to Gertis and Sonora.
Oh, well, I'm sure we can try to make it fit. Is it safe? Is there any danger of the slag lines? Have they ever broken and fallen into the magma?
No, but I do know that, of course, when they stop, they will probably shake a bit. But I'm sure that if you are able to secure yourself inside, you should not be in danger of falling. I don't believe.
Okay. And about the bridges, activating the bridges is potentially dangerous to traverse them.
Well, the bridge is very much like you would find in some of the largest cities of the surface world. We do have the ability to raise them and lower them
Okay.
as secondary precautions if the village, if the town were ever invaded, of course.
Okay.
There are
This is-
consoles again in the power station that will control them as well.
I think we should definitely get to that power station as soon as we can. All right, then.
She does mention, of
Notice-
course, she does say, and my apologies to those of you that aren't of our stature, she says, pointing to the size of the deep gnome. She goes, our buildings aren't extremely large. Most of them single-story structures, about 12 foot high. The doors themselves are actually a bit shorter than you, as she points to Gertis. Only being about 5 foot in height and about 3 foot wide. Of course, gnome-sized furnishings as well.
As I speak in gnomish, deep gnome language, I say, yes, we've tried not to mention that being vertically challenged is going to be a disadvantage here for them. It's a sad state that they're so challenged, but we don't mention that.
Oh, of course. I'm sure, of course, that you'd be interested in a reward, of course.
But of course, that's one of the reasons we are here. Begging my pardon.
Well, of course, once you retrieve the security key and shut down Tockworth's automatons, I promise that I can reward you a ruby ring with a large amount of coin, some magical boots, a magical stone, and even something for your friends. And they points over to Reginald and Gertis, both of them holding torches to be able to see a drift globe that can illuminate the area around you and float beside you.
Very nice. That'd be handy.
If you wish, we could give you this, and she offers the drift globe out to take with you as a kind of a down payment of sorts.
Well, thank you. That would be very much appreciated.
I can cast light myself. I think this would suit Curtis really well, though.
Okay.
Yeah, give the big human the target.
I'm already
Indeed.
picturing Gertis having to Kool-Aid man his way into these buildings. Got
But
the
she does
mall, might
inform
as
you
well use it.
from the description, Stinkfoot. What's your passive arcana? Like a 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's describing the boots she's describing are boots of striding and springing.
Ooh.
And the magical stone is a stone of good luck.
Mm.
Stone of good
Okay.
luck.
Yes, stone of good luck
Okay.
is one of the items she's offering as well.
Cool.
So if you wish, feel free to discuss your plan of attack once you get into the town itself.
Okay,
when you're
guys, what do you think?
one of her sergeants, Yombad Cragnukle, will lead you to the gates.
Youngbod Proud Knuckle. Crag Knuckle?
Yep, Yombad Cragnukle is their sergeant.
Nice name. Okay, ideas. Anybody?
So I
Besides
can
the power station,
send
that's all I mentioned.
I could send the Raven ahead, and I can see through it. Just someone's gonna have to walk me or carry me.
Well, for the sake of we don't want to alert the observers, I believe they were called.
Clockwork observers and clockwork defenders.
Do we want those with night vision to help us out through the streets, if you will, to try and avoid those? so we're not just a beacon walking through town. And then once we get to power, we can kind of restabilize that a bit.
Makes sense to me.
I could offer some help in keeping us quiet to get to the town hall and the power station. I don't think we'll need it for the town hall, but traversing to the power station might be a little bit more useful, but I could help us be quiet for that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But other than that, it
Sounds
just kind of sounds
pretty
like
solid.
winging our way through. Anyone else have ideas of paths we should take or could take?
No, I don't. Besides going through and avoiding the automatons, eventually maybe using that slag line. That seems like a quick shortcut way to get over to where we need to be, or at least get a little further to where we need to be. But yeah,
It does look like. Oh, go ahead. What'd you say there?
I was going to say it also looks like it might be noisy. If anyone hears that thing fire up, they may wonder what's going on.
I was going to say it also seems to be going the opposite direction that we were thinking of heading.
Okay, so what if we get to the power station? And if we make it that far, things have gone pretty well. Hopefully, what if we get there and then, if as a contingency plan, if things get hairy, we can fire that thing up and jump in it to escape the automatons that are in this area instead of trying to get across the bridge and having them chase us. That's what I'm concerned about, is having those automatons at my heels trying to chop me up while I'm trying to avoid being thrown into the lava and trying to get to where I need to be. This is very confusing.
Yeah.
What do you
By
think?
the look of it, I mean, it sounds like a good idea. It certainly
I hope
could
so.
make
I don't know.
for a getaway if needed.
So it says all the bridges can be retracted as a safety measure. Maybe we can lower the automatons onto the bridge and then retract the bridge, dropping them into the soup,
Very tricky.
and then
Do the
dropping.
bridges
like it.
retract or drop?
It says bridges can be retracted as a safety measure. Guess we should have asked.
The bridges can be raised or lowered, much like the easiest way to describe it would be like modern day drawbridges that spans a waterway. So they would come up like this,
All right,
and
so
come back down.
Okay.
scratch that. We could slide all the automatons towards us really quickly if we hit the bridge retraction lever.
Or
Roll.
back towards the
note
other way?
on- I see a note on Cave Mouth, and if it's accurate that there's a bunch of monsters there, we could retract or raise the bridge so, like, we aren't inviting other ones to our path.
Mm-hmm.
The bridge between Cave Mouth and Smolder Town, that is.
That's the one that has the, what is it, that says Miners Guild on it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
The note just says to avoid it, it's just warehouses.
So we're definitely going there.
If they don't want us there, that means they're hiding something. I know how this works.
Don't open the box. Don't look in here.
This red button that animates this Allosaurus, you shouldn't look at it.
Sure.
But of course, you do notice on your map, the hand-drawn map, down in the bottom right corner, it does say there's X marks the spot where the failsafe is.
Mm-hmm. There's also something called the mother lode.
It's a bit divey, but it's home to the best whiskey in town.
Is that what that says? Best
Well,
whiskey?
Curtis already did mention that
It
he does
is.
a little bit of the spirits. So
Right. Okay.
A bit divey,
Bit-
but home to the best whiskey in town. Such a waste.
He's a tavern critic.
I mean, really, that's the best place to find the best whiskey, is a place that's a bit divey.
For sure.
oh, sure, there you go.
Quick tangent before we go to the failsafe. Go hit up a dive bar.
Liquid Courage.
Extra XP.
And,
So kind of the idea is to go in, obviously going in the main gate. First stop, probably making your way over to the town hall to retrieve the items from the mayor. If you're able to, of course, depending on what's raised and what's lowered, make your way across to the power station to where you can get an idea and sense of what you can control, what you can turn on, what you can turn off,
That
things
is
along
a
those lines.
very good point, DM. We don't know what bridges are up and down as we walk into this. Thank you for that.
No problem. And of course, the infirmary, the mayor does inform you that there might still be stores at the infirmary as well that could be utilized as well, if need be.
Yep.
To
And-
at least check it out, because they could definitely use any sort of healing supplies back here for the refugees.
And you said the jail and the infirmary are reversed.
Yes.
Okay.
As when Snap turned it upside down, she actually noticed that she had flipped them on the hand-drawn map.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do we want to try and retrieve people from the Abbey? Or hope they're well and fine barricaded in?
If you can, she says. I mean, anyone that you can spare, but if you're able to shut down the automatons and take care of Tixie, again, she says, however, you feel like taking care of her, they'll be able to get into the town and be able to rescue anyone that might need to be rescuing. But if you can rescue people, definitely.
Okay, well, in the very least, we could inform them that we're trying to solve the problem and please don't come outside.
Your
Also, I
safety
see
is very
that-
important to us. Please hold.
Keep your hands and feet inside the Abbey at all times.
Speaking of people, as we're at the power station, it does say that the jail and the infirmary were switched, but the jail is over here against the wall in that far passage there. The jail would have prisoners, and the prisoners weren't in the head count. So there are potentially prisoners about in the area there, or still in their cells. They would need to be
Okay.
rescued or looked after, hopefully after the fact, but is that
It's a good point as well. Looking over all of the notes carefully is a very great idea.
That's why the handouts are important.
And she says, whenever you're ready, it sounds like you have a fairly decent start to a plan. Of course, things will, you might have to make things up as you go. But whenever you're ready, she says the sergeant is ready to escort you to the gates.
I'm ready. How about you guys? We appreciate the guidance, Cragknuckle.
And when you're ready, go ahead and give me a ready check and roll 20. Unless you have any final questions for the mayor or any of her advisors.
I will ask if there's any, perhaps a blind spot for any of these automatons that would have something that we would be able to use to our advantage, something make it easier to sneak by them.
Any weaknesses? What's worked?
No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if anything has worked on as they were making their way to safety. Did anyone splash water on one or bump one or do something to one that seemed to be effective at disabling it?
They say that there are constructs, of course, as security forces. Let me see if they could perhaps maybe give you any sort of advice. Obviously, they would be immune to any poison. And being that they are constructs, they would have the unusual nature that the defenders can fire light beams from their eyes, and that
This is the defenders?
Yes, these are the defenders. And that the observers, of course, have their unusual nature, not needing air, food, drink, or sleep. And they have the ability to fly, and they too are immune to poison.
Ooh. They fly. That changes things.
Okay, so the
Okay.
defenders shoot eye beams, and the observers monitor the streets and can fly.
Mm-hmm.
And there was only a singular shield guardian that you encountered?
Yes, that was outside of her workshop.
Okay.
Yes, they inform you that the shield guardian is actually autonomous. Its owner and they don't know who its original owner was. They have no control amulet for it. But Tixie was able to work her abilities as a tinkerer and was able to activate it to become autonomous, and it is extremely loyal to her.
Ooh, yes. Doesn't sound pleasant. Like to avoid that one if we can.
For sure.
So looks like we're ready to go to head into the town. It is half past the hour, right about the middle of the stream. So let's go ahead and take our small intermission here. Allow our viewers and, of course, our players to use the restroom if need be, stretch your legs, refresh your beverages, grab some snacks, and we'll come back after about 5-7 minute break, something like that, and we will head off into the town. Sound all right for everyone? All right.
Sounds
We'll
good.
see everyone here in a few. Please stick around. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for your patience for the small break. Definitely needed from everyone. So our characters, for a recap, are heading into the town of Little Lockford to deal with Tixie, the security in charge of security for the town has set loose her automatons, having succumbed to some sort of madness or something, replacing her body parts with machine parts. And they tried to stop her. They tried to force her out of her workshop, and then she unleashed the automatons on the town, causing everyone to evacuate. And our heroes are preparing to enter into Little Lockford. Of course, the sergeant, Yombad Cragnukle, steps up. Him being the highest ranked of the surviving militia members, you kind of see him, the stern and scowling look on his face as he kind of walks a little bit ahead of you with a slight limp, and you see his arm is heavily bandaged, probably the results of some injuries during the evacuation. And kind of speaking in Gnomish as you're traveling. I would suggest that you move quietly through the town. Do your best to avoid the Tockworth automatons. If you had a look at the hand-drawn map that the mayor gave you,
Yes.
he kind of looks it over a little bit. Says, "Yeah, did she mention that they had flip-flopped the locations of the infirmary and jail?"
Well, yes, you did.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do recall that there might be some potions of healing and other healers' kits inside the infirmary in Turbine Heights there.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Good. That will be. Hopefully, we won't need it, but it's good to know.
Yeah. Be careful about Cave Mouth as he's continue to look forward. That district's probably likely filled with monsters. Normally, they'd be kept at bay by the automatons, but they've likely ventured for their hidey holes and into the streets. I know the Gricks are a particular nuisance in the Underdark around our town.
Oh no. Nasty, nasty things. Nasty.
Is that what we fought earlier?
He described it as, "Oh no, those are growls."
What else? Yes.
Oh, I can't understand the conversation. I'm nodding
Yes.
like I understand, but I don't know. This was Otter asking.
Oh no, Stinkfoot and he actually, as you're talking, Stinkfoot and Snaps, you realize that he does not know Common.
Okay. So as he's speaking, I'm kind of translating. I'm saying, well, oh yeah, and I'll speak in common for the other ones to benefit. Avoid cave mouth. Monsters there. Okay, and I go back and forth as we're speaking.
Yeah, you do find out that he actually only speaks Gnomish, Terran, and Undercommon. He doesn't speak Surface Common.
Okay.
But traveling around the bend and this cavern and these tunnels away from the cavern where the refugees and the mayor are, you do come up to an area. Kind of leads you to a bulwark hastily erected outside Little Lockford's impressive gates. The bulwark is defended by weary-looking members of the town militia who salute the sergeant as he limps past them. Standing watch at the gates are two dour gnomes in black robes. On Cragnukle's signal, each of the gnomes casts a spell that causes the gates to swing open before you. A wave of heat washes through the bulwark as the gates part, revealing a grim town bathed in hellish light and periodical brightening by flashes of lightning. Let me bring everyone over to the other map. We're going to copy and paste your tokens over to this other page just so that we have them there if you need to use any of your macros. I don't need the Raven in there, so I'm going to move the Raven over to the side since we don't need anything really for the Raven at the moment for skill checks. And let me bring on over to our Little Lockford map. Give me a second. I did put a party. There we are. Got everyone up here at the top of the map. I'll move everyone over to the map right now. There we are. So your tokens are up here at the top in case you need to use them for any token actions at any of your macros or anything like that. But we do have a party token here representing your party. And as you can see, if you scroll out a little bit, each one of the squares themselves is about around 20, 23 feet distance.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be measuring. The measuring tool isn't set up on this map for the actual distance of the stuff. But you can see the town before you as you find yourselves inside the gates. If you want, give me an Arcana check. When you saw the spells that the gnomes were casting, Stinkfoot, or you don't want the skill with Arcana.
Not proficient.
I would say I'm not proficient in it, but I'd be curious just to roll to see.
Stinkfoot, you know that they cast knock spells. Apparently,
I tell everybody.
so you see the as the gates stand open. You do notice that both of the gnomes did cast. Each one of them cast a knock spell to open the gates. And Sergeant Cragknuckle isn't going any further. But in Gnomish, he goes, "Well, good luck. When you're ready to leave, knock on the gates 7 times to signal that you're ready to exit. I assure you, we'll be here waiting for you." And he looks to those of you that don't understand Gnomish, and he goes over to the gate and knocks 7 times on the gates themselves.
Not sure what he's explaining. I walk over and knock 7 times.
I translate for the group. He says the big rabbit looks like it'll make a nice stew.
He says, knock 7 times. Knock 7 times, we'll get out.
Okay.
He does suggest that if you need to rest or regroup, that this gatehouse, the modest gatehouse just inside right here, would probably be the place to do so if the place is empty.
Okay. Well, that would be a good place to fall back to if we need to here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And of course, the gates do close behind you and click locked. As you see a shimmering come up over on it, and of course you can see that it is some sort of powerful arcane lock that requires 2 knock spells to open.
Okay, you had mentioned lightning. What is that lightning inside the cavern?
Yes, you see it's coming from the area over here of the where the power supply station is. You see that it arcs out to different areas of the different sections of the towns, the different districts, and that's what they were saying is controlling the lights and such, and the different mechanisms and everything. From this vantage point, you can see that the area that you are kind of standing in from the map that was given to you, that this area in this district in which you are is about 150 feet above the magma lake underneath it.
Okay.
You can also see that this bridge is raised. This bridge is raised. This bridge is raised, as is the one down between Cave Mouth and Smolder Town, and one of the bridges between Smolder Town and Turbine Heights is raised as well.
Oh.
So you're in the town. What would you like to do?
Well, those bridges certainly make our path easier to figure out.
And go ahead.
I was just going to say, how good is the visibility in here now that we're actually in the city? Same brain.
Yes, light. How much light do we have? Besides, it's the lava, the magma is having a glow, but you said the power's on and the lights are on still?
Yes, you can see that there is no light coming from the Cave Mouth district.
Okay. All right.
So I don't have to worry about a torch and stuff.
I think we should be very quiet, like he was saying, and make our way to the town hall first. Grab some potions.
Sure. Do we think it would be worth me helping with the stealth now, or wait until we progress to the next area?
Well, how you can only do it once per day?
I could do it twice per day.
Okay, sure. Yeah, help us out.
I
Sounds good to me.
Need a good rest before I can do that one again, but I could muster about 2 a day.
We'll go ahead and put your tokens actually down here so you can see what the gatehouse looks like on the inside. I'm going to move the map a little bit. I'm going to change your shifting a little bit. There's a door up here that can be opened. And then a door down here that opens as well. And this opens to the outside. This door down here opens to the outside.
Okay.
Okay.
So
All
we'll
right,
leave your
so-
tokens down there. That way you can access them if you need them for macros.
Fantastic. I'll bring us back up to Old Lockford. Well, if you think it'll be helpful, I will reach into my bag and just start throwing burnt ashes into the air around us and cast Pass Without a Trace.
All right. Pass Without Trace is active. So everyone give me a group stealth check. Pass Without Trace will add 10 to your score as long as you are within 30 feet of Reginald.
I will make sure to clarify that with the party. No snaps.
But still an 18.
Yes,
Actually, Snaps, you have do you have those boots still? The boots of Elvenkind?
I do.
Did you bring them?
So that would actually be a 26 then.
Let's see. Did I bring them? Indeed, I didn't bring them as one of my items. No. So
An 18 is still a great stealth check. I mean, we have a 32 from Sonora, who is like blended into the border ethereal. We have an 18 from Snaps. We have a 27 from Stinkfoot, a 25 from Gertis, and a 34 from Reginald. You are definitely very quiet moving through the
No.
town.
As long as everyone stays pretty close to me, this effect should last for about an hour, and we can move with relative stealth.
well, shall we go? Shall we go straight down the main, or go around the outside here to the edge, to the north?
Yeah, which path would you like to take?
I'm voting north.
So you're wanting to take the north route through
Yes.
here?
Yes,
If-
unless
Down?
there are any objections.
If we
Yes,
take the
north.
north route,
Fine
it
by
would
me.
give us a good vantage as we come to the end of those buildings there. What were you saying, Sonora?
I was just in agreement taking the north route.
Okay.
Snaps, Curtis?
Awesome.
Or Stinkfoot, Curtis?
Indirect sounds good to me. Indirect means more stealthy.
But everyone should have control of the party token, by the way. You should be able to move that on your own.
Okay.
All right.
I
You
don't know
wanna
how
move
far
us,
you want
Otter?
us to move at a time.
Just go ahead and move like a square or two at a time. It's fine.
Okay.
As I mentioned, these squares about 20 feet or so, a little over 20 feet. And then everyone go ahead and give me a perception check, if you would, please. Oh, nice. Oh, my goodness.
We were all saving them rolls for when we got into town.
You're able to kind of grab Stinkfoot as you hear a ooh, like a whirring sound, and kind of glancing up as you're starting to head in this northerly direction. You see down here, this intersection here appears to be one of those clockwork observers, kind of twirling around, hovering in the air, looking around the area. Does not seem to have spotted you in any way with your stealth checks.
Okay. I have a roll 20 question, actually.
Sure.
This is an interesting one. Now, usually when you move a token, you can only put it into the center of a square. Is there a key you can press to put it in between squares?
Yes, it is the Alt key. You can hold down the Alt key and move it, and then let it go, and then let go of the Alt key, and it can move in between the grids.
Aha! That way we can navigate on the road. That's
Of course.
cool. I didn't know that was a feature. That's really
Actually, what I can
useful.
also do is I can also just go ahead. Let's just use that for now. I don't want to turn the grid off in case we have any of the other interior locations once you get to those. So we'll just go ahead and leave the grid on for now.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to spot that clockwork observer in the air, and start making your way around the northern part of the old Lockford there.
Follow-up question. Would it be okay if I were to put a tiny circle on the map where we saw that observer?
Sure, go ahead. You should be able to just go to your the third thing down, which is you can draw a shape, draw a circle, draw a line. Up to you.
I'm going to make this red as a, ooh, that's a problem, and that's going to go there.
Okay.
That way we can keep track of if and when we see things, so we don't accidentally go down the wrong path.
Good
And
idea.
continue working our way up this northern route.
Okay. The streets are eerily quiet. It doesn't, other than that observer, the clockwork observer, you don't really see much of anything else. You do see a few, unfortunately, townsfolk corpses here and there in some of the streets as you're passing by.
Oh. Never good.
Well, we knew we'd be walking into some chaos, given what we were told.
You don't believe so. There might be, of course, it's always advisable to be ready for some sort of chaos, especially with Stinkfoot in the group.
I meant with coming across the dead, that we were notified that there was a lot of chaos in the town as they were trying to get out.
Yeah. That when the militia went to Tockworth's workshop, that she set the automatons loose, attacking the townsfolk as well, fellow citizens.
Well, stick my head around the corner of the street here to see if that automaton seems to be looking in this direction before trying to cross the street here.
You do see it starting to move back towards the area of the bridge.
Oh, you can move it? That's fantastic. Okay. I will scooch us a little further along this northern path here.
All right.
If we're all good.
Are we going to go all? Yeah, we're good. Are we going to go all the way down to the path? Okay. All right.
Here.
Yeah, and go there.
Yep. I figured if. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say the entrance is on this road here.
Okay.
Can we cut between the buildings here?
You sure can if you wish.
Okay.
You can even
Maybe
check out
stay
the
off.
other-
Stay off. Okay. Yes. Maybe stay off the main path and just kind of go in between the buildings here, so
I mean,
that thing can't see us.
I could head up top and see if it's still within eyeshot of the building.
Okay. It wouldn't hurt.
How
Yeah, the
tall is
building
the
nearby
building?
They're all about 12 foot tall. All of them are single story. You do notice that this building here that you're standing by right now appears to be a fungi restaurant.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Stinkfoot.
I just want to make sure if I go stick my head up over the lip of the roof that I'm keeping the party within 30 feet. But if it's only 12 foot high, that's not a worry. And I'll just walk up the side of the building and stick my head out and see if that observer has moved on and if it looks like we're clear to cut through building?
It seems to be starting to head down this direction.
Okay. I will give a thumbs up down towards the party and work my way back down.
Yes, Zardal, they can certainly try, can't they? On the chat. You can make your way over to the entrance of the town hall. And as you get there, you see the bodies of 3 dead gnomes clad in the armor of the town militia splayed out on the front steps of the town hall, and the doors behind them are wide open.
Let's go. Let's get inside.
Oh, before that observer comes back.
Are these things? Well, the size of this observer could it fit through the doorway?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. We'll enter with caution.
Can
Something
we
might be in
close
here.
the door?
Oh yeah, definitely. If we, I don't know. They might notice that the door's closed. Good idea. Maybe we should leave everything as is. Just keep a watch on the door.
Okay. As you enter in, you can see the town hall has a very spacious chamber on the inside. Again, the ceiling going about 10 feet up. You can actually, as you duck through the entrance, Gertis, you can actually stand up to your full height inside the spacious hall. You do notice that there are 3 small doors on the back part of this town hall area, spacious chamber. And those that read Gnomish can see one that is marked, says Mayor Broadfoot's office.
This way. Mayor Broadfoot's office is over here. As I speak to everyone.
Hey, Stink.
Yeah.
Is it possible for your Raven friend? Does it work like was it Charlie from last session, DM?
Charlie was last session, yeah.
Charlie was your companion's imp
Yeah.
familiar? Yes.
Does your Raven work similarly to Charlie, where they can communicate with you?
Not exactly.
If you want, you can go ahead and just hit your find familiar spell and pop it up. Hit the little information thing, and it'll pop it up in the chat, and everyone can see what it does.
I'm going there.
I was
I'm
gonna
hapless
say I
trying
don't
to figure out
know a whole lot about magic stuff, especially familiar stuff. Just seeing if maybe it would make sense to let the Raven stand watch near the door to let us know if something comes in.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that when you summon these creatures, they're not actually a real raven. It's the spirit that takes an animal form. In this case, a raven. And it would be basically like a celestial, a fiend, or a fae, whatever you choose. Instead of it being a beast, it's an actual like say for example, you want to do it be a celestial or fae, most likely. That's your choice. What would you prefer, Stickfoot?
Probably Faye.
Okay. So it's a fae, spirit of a fae creature that is taking the form of a raven. Don't worry about it rolling its own initiative. I just, for speed purposes, I always have it just act on its summoner after or before its summoner to whatever the controller wants to do. But I believe it does obey your commands, of course. It can't attack, of course, but it can take other actions. If you want, you can forego your attack and allow it to attack. He can also, Stinkfoot can also see through his eyes and hear through it, if he wants to.
Angela's True Love says, communicate with it telepathically.
Yep.
That's a good.
I was mixing up the two. It's my first wizard.
Well,
No worries.
that's okay. I was gonna say my raccoons can do quite a bit, but keep watch is not something they're familiar with.
As long as it's within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically.
All right,
So
so
yeah,
I'll
you
park
the raven
I'll
up.
park and tell it to watch out.
Sure. All right. So making your way back to the mayor's office, right?
Mhm.
As you get in, you do notice that the inside of the office is rather in a state of disarray, probably with the haste of which she had to leave and order the evacuation. But you do notice, of course, papers and such toppled over on the one of the tables, kind of sprayed out on the ground. You do notice a couple of chairs kind of in haste running by, knocked over. But you do see a desk on the far wall, kind of facing you with another chair behind it as well. Rather comfortable chair.
I'd like to go over and investigate the chair knocked over to see if anything was lost in the shuffle.
Okay.
I'll help
Kind
you.
of over. You don't even have to make a roll. You can easily upright it if you want to. It's not a problem. Set it upright.
Okay, sure.
But making your way back to the desk, you do notice that on the desk itself is a very nice calligraphy set.
Well, I pocket that.
Okay. And go ahead and give me an investigation check as you're looking around the desk.
Okay.
Nice. You're kind of looking around. You don't really see anything up on top, and you're kind of looking through the drawers. Just seem to be filled with papers and records and such like that. But glancing about, you do happen to notice underneath the desk, like where you would pull up the chair to, there is a footlocker underneath there.
Okay, I'll look at the footlocker and I'll say, "Oh, hey, I found something. I got a footlocker over here. And is it locked? I'll check and see if it's locked. Check for
It is
traps
not locked.
first.
Sure, you can check for traps. Go ahead.
Sure that she didn't put anything on there. Okay, I'll check for traps. What roll would you like for that?
Investigation. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a raccoon real quick while you're checking for traps. Have some guidance, buddy.
Thank
For
you.
a 4.
12 on your investigation check. You did not find anything else.
Thanks for that. All right. I'll attempt to open it.
You do. It is unlocked. It is not trapped. And inside, you do notice 4 vials of reddish liquid.
Hey. All right.
You also find that there are 2 flasks of alchemist's fire.
Yes.
And 1 use of dust of disappearance.
Okay. All right.
You said that was how many potions? 4?
4.
I
Keep in mind at the end of the session, as long as 1 remains, it will multiply for everyone to take a potion of healing at the end of the session.
Okay.
Nice.
If we do a taste test, can we determine what kind of healing potions these may
Just
be?
a regular potion of healing. Yeah.
Okay. 4 potions of healing. Okay.
all right.
Of the group of us, does anyone need healing potions? I brought some with me from when we were in town.
As did I. What about
I have a regular incinerator.
Curtis, Sonora? Here, have a healing potion.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I just actually I give Gertis. You have one, Stinkfoot?
Yeah, Siegfried
I have
has
a few, yeah. I have a few.
Okay, yeah. So Gertis, have 2. Sonora, have 2.
Thank you.
Try to save one
Thank you kindly.
if you can. One of you try to save one of those. You may need it for after the adventure.
I will
Sitting
promise
around the
to
campfire.
try.
Wink, 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 wink.
the alchemist fire. Has anyone ever used this before? I've got some already, but I've never used it.
I also have some from previous, but I have also never used it. I do still have this potion of vitality knocking around.
Yep.
Oh,
I'll post in Roll20 chat for you what Alchemist Fire does.
Oh,
okay.
sticky
Yeah.
adhesive fluid.
Yeah. All right. Since we've got two, give one to Gertis or Sonora, and then one to Stinkfoot.
Who's good at throwing things?
I think you're better at throwing things.
That would probably be one of you guys. I don't know if I'm that great at throwing things.
You should be Dexy.
It does count as an improvised weapon, so no one would get proficiency bonus with it, unfortunately.
Okay.
I have a weird theoretical question.
Go ahead.
Stink, when we were in that fight in the bar, I saw you whip an item at somebody. Theoretically, could that work with a flask of something?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. If I had prepared that spell for this adventure. Oh, no, I did. I apologize. I did. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I do. Yes.
I mean, that gives you a pretty good throw distance then.
Mm-hmm.
That mug came from pretty much the other side of the bar.
Absolutely.
All right.
I vote the bottle that would be going to me goes to Stink then. That's probably better than I could throw it.
Alchemist Fire does weigh 1 pound.
Sounds good.
And the other one, Gertis or Sonora. Perhaps you should
I'm
get it,
happy
and we
to
can
give it
split
a
them up. Yeah, and if he has it, he could even if you don't throw it, you could always be at an advantageous spot, and then have it set up to where Stink could cast a spell on it as you have it over there where you are.
Would that be
Never know.
considered a tee off? Throw it up into the air for Stink?
I cast alley-oop.
Clay pigeon,
but
it'll be fine.
Searching through the rest of the office, you really don't find anything else of value.
Okay.
Other than those potions, of course, being very valuable in the dust of disappearance as well.
I just realized that dust of disappearance is you and each creature and object within 20 feet of you, or 10 feet of you, become invisible for 2d4 minutes. That's interesting.
All of us could be invisible.
If we all
who's carrying
real,
it?
I was going to say there's only one use of it, however.
if we all get real close and do a group hug, we could all be invisible for a short period of time.
That is true.
Sonora, do you want to carry the dust of disappearance and use it as needed?
Sure,
It
I'll
all
take it.
disappear. Okay, cool.
All right. So where to next? Kind of looking out, checking the Raven. The Raven hasn't seen anything really. And you do happen to hear that the observer is kind of moving over in this direction.
Okay.
That part again? Sorry, it sounded like it broke up. Okay.
Over here?
Yeah. Now might be a good time to get across the bridge and maybe hide over there in the halfway aisle or area that those monks are, or maybe were.
All right, so everyone go ahead and give me another group stealth check. Go ahead, Sonora. My apologies.
Just saying, like, yeah, let's head forward.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Remember, y'all still have a plus 10.
Yep.
Good.
24, 32, 35, 31, 20. Still fairly stealthy. So if you want, go ahead and move your party over to the across this bridge between here and Halfway Isle.
All the way to Halfway Isle or on the bridge?
Yeah, all the way over there's fine.
Okay. I'd say I definitely want to stop like halfway and like give a look down over the bridge before continuing, just to see.
Go look down and down over to the magma. Of course, yes. About 150 feet below, you see liquid hot magma.
Curiosity killed the
Mm.
rabbit. I mean, oh, not the rabbit.
Pulls my head back up. Everything is singed.
But as you come up to this area, next to the road stands a squat building capped with a stone dome. The building's entrance is a double door carved to resemble interlocking hands. Centered above the doorway is a golden pick with a short handle. Does anyone have religion?
I don't think so. Not
I have a
proficient.
whole 0 in religion.
I have a 1, but not
Well,
proficient.
I have a 4, but
no, the
proficient.
two deep gnomes, go ahead and give me a religion check.
Yeah, sure. We would have a good
Yeah,
idea, I guess.
you recognize it as the holy symbol of the Deep Brother, Kalardaran Smoothhands, god worshipped by the Sverneblin, especially miners and stone carvers.
That was the symbol of who? Thank you.
Kalardaran Smoothhands.
Brother Smooth Hands.
Oh, smooth hands.
Deep Brother.
Should we inform
Yes,
them that we're here working on the situation, or
While we're looking at the door and thinking about going up to this abbey, Snaps is going to be kind of creeping around, around the porch area and look at the building and looking down the road and everywhere else to see if there's anything that's amiss, like those automatons looking at us or anything like that.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Keeping an eye out.
Fairly quiet. As I mentioned, eerily quiet. You can hear, of course, the lava flows below, the crackling of the lightning coming from the power supply station or whatever power station. But you don't really see or hear any of the observers or anything.
Okay.
And Reginald, you mentioned something about wanting to go inside.
Oh, I was asking the party, looking around, do we want to inform them that we're here to help with the situation in town, or leave them be if they seem to be okay?
Might they have something to help us? I don't know.
Might have information at least. Never know.
More
Let 'em know
up-to-date
that we're here.
information will be welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely.
I don't speak the language, and I'm sure they would feel a bit more at ease if their own language was being used to ask.
Stink, you seem to know a little bit more about this religion. I kind of turned away from that as a young age. The smooth hands, my hands were sticky. But
As they were.
would you mind talking to them if you can?
As they were. Sure, I've got the Raven circling around about 60, 70 feet, just keeping an eye out. So trying to pay attention to that. But sure, I'll try to communicate with the folks inside the monastery and let them know who we are, why we're there, and if they have any good information for us.
Okay, so Stinkfoot is going to go in first. It is double doors. Does anyone want to enter in with Stinkfoot?
Oh, I'll go in with him.
Yes, let the gnomes go in first.
And then who's going to be going in after Snaps and Stinkfoot?
I'll go in next.
Okay.
I'll keep
so
an eye on
Sonora
the
and Gerda?
door till everyone is
All right,
inside
so-
before I go in.
All right. All right. So give me 1 second. We're going to open this door over here. We're going to bring your tokens over to the next room. Area right there. Don't worry about the rest of the stuff. These are all different rooms and buildings that you'll see down here below. So everyone should see down here. Entering in, you see a 4-foot tall statue of Calderan, face and figure hidden under a cowl robe, standing in the alcove just inside, right beside you to your left, Gertis. Statue's right hand is held out, displaying stone-carved rings on every stubby finger. The largest room in front of you is in the abbey. Of course, serves as a place of worship. Low benches face the middle of the dome chamber. You do notice immediately as you enter in, Stinkfoot and Snaps, 2 figures skulking in the dark corners of the room. One appears to be a goblin, the other a bugbear. You notice that on their wrists they have manacles. And they carry no weapons. And they definitely seem to be hiding behind the benches, not very well. As you enter in, you can hear the clanking of the manacles on their wrists.
Ooh. I'll whisper to Stink. I think I'll try to talk to them. They have, see those manacles? Maybe they're escaped prisoners. And we mean them no harm.
Tell them we're
So
not
they're not
coming.
hostile. Okay. So I shout out, "Oh, you over there!" And I speak in Gnomish too, and I tell them, "Don't be alarmed. We are here to try to help this problem. We're about to leave, but we were trying to check on the abbey. Where are the people that live here, the monks? Is everyone okay? Are you okay?"
All right. What languages does everyone speak? I should say, does anyone speak Goblin? That might be easier just to ask that question.
No.
I do, in fact.
You're to speak Goblin. Sweet. All right. You hear them in Goblin, Gertis say, "Oh, what the hell is he saying? You better not make a sound, Yezek." "Don't worry, boss." It says in Goblin, "I won't give away our position."
I'll be saying back, listen, if in Goblin, of course. Listen, we didn't see nothing as long as everybody in here's okay.
And you see the head of one of the goblin kind of pop up behind the from behind the bench. It's like, you're going to send us back to the prison? We don't want any trouble. We just want to get out of here. All that craziness going on. Again,
Yeah,
speaking about, and you see as it kind of steps forward a little bit, you hear his voice kind of getting louder as he gets like almost echoing a little bit more as it gets closer to the center of the room. And you do see the bugbear kind of pop up from behind the bench as well. "Yeah, we don't want no trouble. My boss here, his name's Slunk. We just want to get out of here."
Did you say snunk?
Slunk. So you could definitely tell from what Gertis is hearing. Gertis, you can tell that the goblin's name is Slunk, and that the bugbear's name is Uzik.
So what are they saying, Gertis? What's going on? What, Slunk, Yuzik? Who? Are they okay? They seem to be.
Yeah, they seem to be all right.
Calm
They
enough.
just want to get out of here.
Wanna
We
get
speak
outta here.
common, they say, as you start asking him that, Gertis. Or as Snap starts asking Gertis. Goes, yeah. We can understand what you're saying, Yezik says, the big
Oh.
bugbear.
Ah, cool.
Oh, in that case, hello. You just want to get out of here, eh?
Yeah, see,
What?
I'm just misunderstood, Slunk says.
Sure you are. Sure.
I mean, everyone's got to
Uh,
make a living, right?
right. Of course.
I hear that.
I mean,
Well,
there's, certain tunnels near Little Rockford that I might claim, of course, as my own. It's not part of the city, the town. So, when people come through, charge them a little bit of a tax fee.
oh.
Oh, yeah, that's what we do, says Yezik.
And is that where you're going back to?
If you can get us out of here, sure. I mean, we might even go back to the surface. This rate.
Huh. Well,
Things been spread out. Some of them killed those crazy machines outside.
right. Well, that's why we're here. We're going to try to take care of that. As far as getting you out of here, you might be best to stay here, stay put until we take care of this problem. If you go out there, you're on your own, of course. It seems to be quite dangerous, but I'm willing to look the other way. No skin off of my back.
Oh,
What do
yeah,
you think,
yeah.
guys?
That'd be great. And Slong kind of looks over to Yizik. They both look at each other, their eyes wide, and they're like, oh, sweet.
So I just kind of step aside and just kind of look at everybody else. I just kind of shrug my shoulders and, like gesture with my hand, like, I don't care, whatever.
Unless
Yeah.
they want to help.
Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah, you got any tips on the tunnels you were talking about?
Oh, just some of the tunnels and stuff near Little Lockford here is where we tried our trade.
How
Okay.
about the monks that used to be here? Have you seen any sign of them?
Well, yeah, I think there's a monk still in here, back in the back.
Well,
Boarded
would you mind
himself up
getting
in
him?
one of the rooms.
Can
We
you?
tried to get him to come out, but he won't come out.
Oh. Well, I don't care. What do you guys want to do?
I'm keeping an eye out the door to make sure nothing's coming, but you hear Reginald kind of laughing to themselves just hearing this conversation. Their ears are kind of tilted towards it, but they're watching outside.
Okay, I turn around and I look at Sonora, and I kind of nod at Gertis, like, yeah, we're not sure about these guys. I don't trust them, but I'm willing to look, whatever. I just do that. But I asked Sonora. I say, Sonora, what do you get? Do you get a feeling from these guys? Have you dealt with them on the surface world? I haven't been around many bugbears, or these guys seem kind of nasty. Kind of
They
low
just
with my.
They just seem like petty criminals. I don't know that there's anything to be done other than, like you said, just look the other way. We're here for our own business, not theirs.
Right, I agree. Yeah, we have important things to do.
Out
I
of
would like to know that
curiosity,
they. Yeah, go ahead.
do I have any memories of the disposition of bugbears and goblins from my experience in jail?
Well, your companion Snaps did mention that he doesn't really trust them necessarily. So if you want, if either Sonora or Reginald would like to give me an insight check on the two figures, you can.
Sure. You know what? I'm gonna send a raccoon over to Sonora. You can have some guidance. It comes over and boops you on the leg. You
Thank
can have
you.
a +3.
Oh,
With a 10, kind of, they definitely seem to be willing to do anything to survive. That's a definite.
All right, I'm gonna do
I
it
say-
while they're interacting. I'm just gonna cast Detect Thoughts. I'm gonna put my face down.
That is not what I thought you were about to say. I was real concerned for a half second.
There was discussion about a fireball, but no, I'm gonna go with Detect Thoughts. I'm gonna turn my back to them, kind of bury my face in my book with my little piece of copper, and more to myself cast.
Having this
Thoughts.
conversation, a little red bead goes flying across the room. Well,
You definitely hear them both thinking, I can't believe they're not going to take us back to the jail. This is freaking amazing. If they're going to help us get out of here. You can also understand that, like, how they say things in their mind, like thinking just their surface thoughts, so that, like, they'll do anything to get out of here. But you can also tell that they're both very loyal to one another. Yizik, the bugbear, is the only remaining member of the goblin boss Slonk's group of brigands. He's the sole remaining bodyguard of Slonk.
Nothing like we're gonna knife these fools as soon as they turn to leave.
Nothing really like that. Of course, you do detect, surface thoughts of them. If they have to, if that's the only way that they're going to get out, they do it if they had to. But unfortunately, they don't have any weapons.
And they're shackled.
The manacles themselves are broken in between, but you can see the remains of the chains and the manacles on their wrists.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
allies in the town that could possibly cause a distraction for the observers may be good for us in the near future.
And one of the last things that you kind of get from the surface thoughts is like a memory of that they were escaped the custody of their guards as they were being led from the jail. Where they're being led, they don't know. You don't see that in the memory, but that's when all the automatons attacked, and they were able to escape from the custody of their guards.
Okay.
So I kind of lean over like, what do you think, Stink? What do you think, Sonora? I don't know.
I look over at the couple and say, if we cross paths again, remember, we're friends. And just
We're just gonna stay here. If that's what you want. You have the promise to get us out of here, yeah.
I wanted to break off and check on the monk if he's still here.
Pardon me?
They mentioned that they think the monk is still inside.
Sorry, your
Sounded
audio
You're,
cut out for me.
yeah, you're coming through real quiet and cutting out a little bit.
There we go. That, with the microphone down,
Yeah.
that might be it.
I was just gonna go check on the monk nearby.
Yeah, you can do that. You can definitely head back in there. So that would be over here to your right. You do kind of see some doors over to the right, most likely sleeping quarters for monks.
All
But yeah,
right,
you can
I
move
will.
going around the corner. You do notice that these first three doors kind of seem just like normal doors. They don't appear to be locked as you're walking by. It does seem that this door back here would probably be an area that might, where an abbot or something like that might reside.
All right, I will head that way. Is the
If you
door
want, you
locked or anything?
it doesn't appear to be locked. You can click on the door if you want to open it. It should open for you.
I'll head inside.
Yeah, back in here, you do notice that this definitely appears to be a private chamber for perhaps the abbot. of the abbey itself. As you step in there, you do notice there are some belongings here in the room itself, but you don't see anyone inside the area here. You do notice that this door here, kind of checking it fairly quickly, does seem to be some sort of privy inside this room here.
Gotcha. All right. And you said the first 3 doors I passed were just normal looking?
Yeah, you can open those up if you want to.
All right, I'll have a look.
As you open that first door, you look inside and it seems to be empty, just a couple of beds, fairly plain, unadorned rooms just for sleeping. But as you open the door before you enter in, you hear something whisper. What languages do you speak?
I do speak Gnomish. As well as Dwarvish, Elvish, Druidic, and Common.
All right, actually, in common, you hear. Can you help me? Can you help me leave?
Sure, where are you?
In here. And you hear the voice coming from the room you just exited.
All right, I'll turn around and head back to that other room.
And as you do, you see a form literally meld kind of out of the stone of the wall.
Hey, Stink, where's she at?
You don't seem to be allied with Tixie, Tockworth. Are you here to save the city?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Trying to get things back to normal.
Please, if you can. I do not want to stay in Little Lockford any longer. I'm hungry. I'm desperate. Please escort me to safety to the outer gates.
Why don't you come back out here and we'll talk with some of my friends. We're planning to go deeper inside to, farther in.
I can reward you. I can give you. I have potions. I have a scroll.
All right. And we're gonna head. I want to bring him back towards the main room.
Okay. You want to take them out to the rest of your companions?
Yeah.
Okay. He does say that as you're walking out there, it says that his name is Kavoda. I'll put that in chat for you. And he's actually the abbot of the abbey. And the rest of you see Sonora come back from the area where the monks might be sleeping and such. And she does have a Svirneblin in tow.
I found someone.
Hello. Greetings. I would like to ask you, are you okay? And second, we have 2 companions up here in the abbey floor. Have you had any trouble out of them?
I'm not. I've been hiding from them with my ability to meld into the stone of the abbey itself.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Please, I'm very hungry. Do you have food?
Yeah, sure. I'll pull out some rations and I give him some rations and.
We can use some of that too, Slonk says.
Yeah, I'll split up some rations and kind of toss it over to them, and I hand him my water skin.
Oh, he just ravenously starts eating it, and as do the 2 former prisoners, gulping down the water. And Kavoda goes on and says, yes, please, just escort me as quickly as you can. I have a spell scroll, and I have a potion as well.
Sure. Well, where are you going to be escorted to? You want to get out?
Take me to the outer gates immediately. Deliver me to the gates by the most direct route without delay.
Oh, boy. Okay. So I looked at the group. We have time for this? Are we gonna do this first? To go back across.
I
Any
say
thoughts?
aside, I might just leave him here and pick him up.
Anybody else?
I'm not sure we have time for this.
Yeah.
I'll be the one to say it first.
I was gonna say if you can bunker down in here, hopefully it shouldn't take us too long to clear a path.
Yeah. Well, I'm inclined to agree. I don't think we have time to take anyone anywhere right now. We're on a direct line mission here. We're trying to save the city, not save individuals. We can save you later.
As you do mention that, you notice that his voice starts to get louder and louder, and he starts pleading and begging for you to take him out of take him to the gates right now, and that if you do so, he will give you a spell scroll of magic weapon and a potion of giant strength. And he's just starting to get louder and louder. And I need for Reginald to please give me a perception check, standing outside at the entrance of the abbey.
Oh, you got it.
That's your favorite.
You hear the familiar whirring and flitting about as you notice an observer flying into the area.
I start quickly snapping behind me. We've got company, shut them up. And I get inside.
Okay, I immediately step over. I step behind him. I say, "All right, we'll take you," and then I grab him around the mouth and I say, "Shh, quiet. They're coming."
All right, do me a favor and give me a grapple check.
I'll do it.
It'll be a strength athletics check.
Can I give him the help action?
Oh,
You just got beat up by a monk.
Yeah, you can give him a help action. So 14.
okay.
That will give him advantage. He's going to use his strength to resist. I think he's actually got some pretty nice strength. Skill check, acrobatics, athletics.
You go to grab him, and it's just solid.
A 15. He beats you by one. And he says, "I'm not going to stand for this." And all of a sudden, you see that observer look right towards the door of the abbey, Reginald. And you hear as a screech comes out from it. So let me move everyone over here to our battle map again.
I yell at you.
Well,
Why didn't you warn us?
To the north here.
what was that, Stink?
I yell at my raven. Where the hell were you on that call?
Unfortunately, no one's going to be surprised. It wasn't nearly really in the area until the gnomes started really pleading and begging and yelling for everyone to get him out of there. And give me one moment to pull over some of these clockwork defenders.
I tried to shut him up.
Next
Don't
time
have
we can
much.
throw him outside unless he starts practicing his actual monk skills of shutting up.
A vow of permanent silence.
As of now, you are under a vow of silence. If you speak again, there will be problems.
All right.
Then you will be under a vow of magma.
I'll bring up the initiative tracker. Everyone, if you would, please select your token and give me your initiative. Let me set up real quick. Reginald's outside. Sonora is right here. Stinkfoot was towards the front. Snaps is around the corner here. Sonora's here. And Gertis was right beside there. Sting was behind there. I'm going to just draw a little quick thing here, polygon line for us. To kind of represent the walls of the building.
Okay.
Just have that go all the way up to the top.
Can I see these things as they're coming over the bridges? Or how close are they to like the edge of the island we're on?
You're close to where you are right now as the combat begins. Oops. Just ignore that wall there. There we go. All right. Looks like everyone is initiative. We will sort that. Descending. The first act is Sonora.
Okay, I think what I'd like to do is step out of the building and use Thunderwave while everyone else is still inside. Reginald?
You can use Thunderwave if you want to move over to these two. You can use Thunderwave on those two.
Okay,
But you do have, if you want to be back away from them, you can actually move to here if you want to get them in your Thunderwave. If you don't want to be up close to them.
gotcha.
So if you want, look in your journal. You should have a folder that says spell templates. If you go into that template, into that folder that says by spell, you can scroll all the way down real quick and grab a Thunderwave spell template and pull that out onto the map here, and we can orientate that for you. There we go. And you go ahead and put it down in front of you, and then you can rotate it to where the beginning is right where you are. Oops, there we go. And that's how the spell will go off with Thunderwave. Move out to the back and go ahead and cast your Thunderwave into the Roll20 chat for me.
All right.
That is going to force me to put this on here, which is going to be awesome. Give me one moment. That's basically the road. All right.
Okay.
A con save, DC 14 for each one of them. The one in the center will fail. The one in the bottom right-hand corner will succeed. So this one will take 5 points of damage. And he has not pushed back. And the spell description itself, failed save, it takes that much damage, it puts 10 feet away. All right, this one is going to take 11 points of damage. And as the Thunderwave strikes it, it hits it and pushes it 10 feet off the edge of the halfway aisle and down into the lava, killing that one. All right. Anything else for Sonora?
No.
All right. Good round. Reginald, you're up.
Oh boy. Well, seeing that, I'm going to attempt to follow suit and hook my way around the edge of the building here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just checking my range on the longbow real quick.
Oh, you have plenty of range.
Yep.
I think it's 150, 600.
And I would like to attempt to put an arrow in this one.
Okay.
For a dirty 20.
Okay. Oh, my apologies. I do need to bring one other thing out here onto the thing here.
The observer?
Yes, the observer.
It
It is flying, however.
Okay.
I do need to put an initiative. My apologies. There we go. Just move it right down below there.
And 11 points of piercing, and
Okay.
the raccoons will surge and try and push it over the edge as well.
Okay, and that's a DC 14 strength check. Strength save.
That is correct.
Attempting its strength save. Ugh. It fails as well. And is pushed off into the liquid hot magma.
Oh, nice.
Magma. And I will take my second shot at the observer.
Okay.
The sooner we can get that to stop wailing, the better.
Mm-hmm.
13?
Will barely miss it as it whizzes around in the air. And the
Okay.
arrow misses, goes right by it.
I used, 5, 10, 15. I'll chill where I'm at there on the ground. That'll be my go.
All right. Gertis, you're up.
So I've been thinking, and I think I'm going to try and break a piece off of one of the pews and with my maul and use what breaks off as a projectile to throw at that observer. Since I have Tavern Brawler, it should be without as much disadvantage, I think.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and put your Tavern Brawler. Go ahead and click on your Tavern Brawler ability. It should be able to have like a little. When you click on it, it should have a little like a comment bubble.
Yep, there you go.
All right. You are proficient with improvised weapons, which means you add your proficiency bonus to your attacks instead of using a normal improvised weapon you're not proficient with. Keep in mind, you do have a alchemist fire that is an improvised weapon too.
That is a good point, actually. You guys ready to light some stuff up if I throw this?
Fire away.
All right, never mind. I'll just toss that.
All right. So go ahead and make a ranged attack.
Let's see here. Actually, I don't have ranged attack plugged in. Can I just do roll d20 standard?
Yeah. Roll d20. In the right hand, or I'm sorry, left hand corner, it's got a little roll a little die 20 emblem that'll give. You can hover over that, and I'll give you some dice rolls. So natural 1.
Oh, here we go.
Failure.
Dang
Was
it,
that with
Rachel.
the alchemist fire?
Yes. As the alchemist fire, you
Yes.
throw it at it, and it
Oh.
flies off the edge of the
No.
halfway aisle, missing. You do have another attack, though. If you want to move forward, you can move forward to attack.
Yeah, at that point, I'm just gonna go. Let's see. All right, I'll walk up to this guy here,
Okay.
and I'll just give him a whack because
All right.
range bad.
Oh,
Oh,
another
Oh
natural.
no!
Rachel, what are you doing?
The way that these creatures look is so unnatural, Gertis. Perhaps it might be their appearance that might be affecting your efficiency in battle. Do you have anything else you would like to do?
Weep. I think I will weep.
Okay, and that's the end of Gertis's turn. Snaps, you are up.
Oh, okay. So what is the abbot doing?
Nothing.
Um,
He's still, he kind of steps back behind you, actually, out of the way.
Cowers.
Okay. All right. I'll just tell him shh.
Yeah, the abbot and the goblin and the bugbear are not going to participate in this combat.
Okay.
They're
All right. All right. Good deal. Good deal. Okay. I will get over here, kind of peek around, and I will take a shot with my short bow at the one in front of Gertis.
Okay. So that will hit. for 17. Nice.
And
Any
then there's only two. Well, there's three. Okay, so looking out there, what do I see? What are those clockworks? Do they have like
You see
arms,
the one
pinchers,
over?
or
This one's flying here. These
Okay.
clockworks, there's gears, everything, all metal, things of that nature. You do notice that their eyes seem to be glowing a little bit.
Okay. Eyes are glowing. All right. Yeah, I think my best bet is just to step back here and hide and wait for my next shot.
Okay. The defenders are up. This one's going to step up to Sonora. This one is going to attack Gertis. They both are going to try to bite you. As you see, they go to open their mouths and their jowls and everything, the jagged teeth in there. You see lightning crackling back and forth amongst their teeth. And the first one going at Gertis, armor class of 10 will miss. The one on Sonora, armor class of 18, hitting for 8 piercing and 8 lightning. And then I need for you to please give me a strength saving throw, Sonora. You succeed and are not grappled by the creature as you're able to kind of shake it off as it bites into you. And that is the bad guy's turn. The observer, on its turn, shrieks again. Stink, you're up.
All right, and I still have the other alchemist fire, right?
Yep.
All right, so I am going to take 5, 10 movement. I'm going to put the alchemist fire down behind me and step forward. I'm going to try to catapult it at this one, at the
Okay.
observer.
Sure.
Catapult.
Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, they need to make a DC 15 deck save.
All right, attempting that. It fails.
Sweet.
And the alchemist fire hits it, it shatters upon it, and the creature just kind of starts glowing hot with that alchemist fire and taking the damage, the bludgeoning damage from the catapult, and the observer explodes.
Great.
Oh, nice. Fire.
And then 10 steps back to hide.
All right. Sonora, you're back up.
All right. I think I'm going to use Ice Knife on the one right in front of me.
Okay. That is a ranged attack, I believe, with the ice knife. Or is it a saving throw? Let me go ahead and pop the spell up for me real quick. Yeah, so it is a ranged spell attack. So that will be I will let you change your action if you wish. If you're in melee combat within 5 feet of a creature and you make a ranged attack, you will have disadvantage on the attack roll. So if you want to retro that and do something else instead, you can.
Yeah, I'll just attack with my moon sick.
Okay. Oh yeah, 20 will definitely hit. Go ahead and give me the damage. For 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else? Any bonus actions?
No.
All right, Reginald, back around to you.
Ooh wee. I'll step out Of the two, I'm slightly more concerned with Sonora than Gertis at the moment, so I'm going to try and lob an arrow into the one over there.
Okay. Fire away. Oh, 29 will hit.
29?
Yes.
Okay. For 10.
All right.
And it's not really super close to a wall. So I'm going to instead use the swarm to put a little extra punch onto the arrow for an extra d6. Yeah, extra d6
Oh, yes. Nice.
Okay.
for another 2. And then I'll do it again. Yeah. Nope.
Natural
That-
1 will miss.
That arrow is gone.
Anything else for Reginald? Bonus actions?
Bonus actions? There's not a whole lot I can do. That'll do it.
All right. Gertis.
I'm gonna just have to keep wailing on this guy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
That's a
Curtis.
Throw those
Oh,
dice
Curtis.
out.
How do I get new digital dice?
There's a macro that I made called Change Dice in your macros collection. Gertis throws out their virtual dice and grabs another set from their virtual dice bag. There you go.
All right. Well,
AC of 14 will actually bounce off of its hardened metal body, not breaking its armor class.
It's not a 1. We're improving.
it's better than nothing, but not enough to be something.
If you wish, you could use your action surge if you want.
Yeah, I just thought about that, and I will. And I'm gonna just do 2 more attacks.
Okay. That will hit. Nice.
All right.
19 will hit as well.
Oh, just
And
keeps
that will
moving
finish
up.
that one off. That one is gone. Any movement for Gertis?
Yeah, I'm gonna close the distance so I can meet up with Sonora here.
Okay. Any bonus actions? You haven't taken any damage, so you're good. All right, that brings us to Snaps.
Yes. Okay. I will step around the corner and fire away at the one attacking my friends with
All
my
right.
short bow once again.
That will strike true, piercing through its 17 armor class.
Nice.
And that, too, is enough to finish off the final of the defenders,
Yes.
taking us out of combat.
Somebody better go have
Ooh.
a talking to this abbot. They just jeopardized all of our lives.
Sounds like we're getting that scroll and potion anyway.
So what we will do is we're at a little after 10 o'clock, so we will go ahead and deal with talking with the abbot at the beginning of the next session for part 2, as we will bring this session to a close. Let's take everyone back over to the map of Little Lockford. We'll center us all down here at the Abbey. And we will pick up there next week for part 2. All right. Great job, everyone. Fun session. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate all the views. We appreciate all the follows, everything. Thank you so much for the subs as well. for the session also. We also will have our normal streams during the week. Tuesday evening, we do have Dungeons and Deliberations. We're going to be finishing up the adventure that we started last Tuesday. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern. On Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be having the wonderful Eric Mengi on. You might have seen some of his work. He did write a couple of books and some such for 4th edition. He was also the story lead and story architect for the Rising Shadows, the Moonshay story for Baldwin Games and the Adventurers League. And of course, on Thursday and Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., we have our dungeon delving. If you haven't had a chance yet, please go ahead and join our Master of Dungeons Discord community server. That link is up through chat. You can also find it down in the About Us section below. You can also check our Linktree link down there for links to all of our social media platforms. If you could, we would definitely appreciate any support there. Give us a like, a follow, perhaps a subscription on YouTube. We do put up the videos about a week and a half, I think 2 weeks after they stream. We put them up on YouTube on Mondays at about 3 p.m. So thanks everyone for watching. Does anyone have anything to say before we say goodbye for the night?
No, it was a great game, great session.
All right. Yes. Great session. Thank you all for watching, and we will see everyone next time. Happy adventuring.